Right now, a serial killer is stalking his next victim in New York City. Watching, waiting, ready to strike.
In the expansive tapestry of crime and human darkness, there exists a haunting reality that often lurks unseen. The presence of active serial killers. While the names of infamous serial killers like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and Richard Ramirez echo through the corridors of true crime lore, there exist lesser-known yet equally chilling figures whose actions continue to evade justice, leaving behind a trail of fear, unanswered questions, and shattered lives. Here, we delve into the chilling narratives of 9 current serial killers who remain at large, offering a glimpse into the darkness that haunts our collective consciousness, with updates as of March 1st, 2022. Number 10. The Long Island Serial Killer. This enigmatic figure has cast a shadow over New York for over 2 decades, operating in the shadows and leaving a trail of death in their wake. Between 1996 and 2010, the Long Island serial killer, also known as the Craigslist Ripper, claimed the lives of at least 10 victims, with the true extent of their crimes still shrouded in uncertainty. The desolate shores of Gilgo Beach became a grim testament to their brutality, with authorities piecing together clues amidst the haunting silence of the ocean waves. The killer's choice of victims, primarily women involved in the sex trade, adds a disturbing layer to the investigation, hinting at potential patterns and motives that elude easy explanation. Number 9. Jeff Davis, 8 Killers. Amidst the swamps of Jefferson Davis Parish, Louisiana, a series of murders unfolded between 2005 and 2009, sending shockwaves through the tight-knit community. 8 women, connected by their roles as police informants, met tragic ends, raising troubling questions about potential police involvement and corruption. The unresolved nature of these killings has left families and investigators grappling with the dark shadows of suspicion and fear. The community's mistrust of law enforcement adds a complex dimension to the case, fueling theories and speculation about hidden agendas and systemic failures. Number 8. The West Mesa Bone Collector. In the stark landscape near Albuquerque, New Mexico, a grim discovery in February 2009 unveiled a horror beyond comprehension. The remains of 11 women, all entwined in the world of the sex trade, lay scattered across the unforgiving terrain of West Mesa. Despite suspects and leads, including individuals like Lorenzo Montoya and Joseph Blea, the case remains a haunting enigma, leaving behind a legacy of grief and unanswered prayers. The challenges of investigating crimes within marginalized communities and the complexities of forensic evidence weave a web of obstacles, hindering progress towards justice and closure for the victims' families. Number 7. Brazil's Rainbow Maniac. Across the vibrant streets of Carapicuíba, Brazil, a sinister presence lurked between 2007 and 2008, targeting gay men with ruthless efficiency. The Rainbow Maniac, as they came to be known, left a trail of death and despair, executing their victims with cold precision and leaving behind a community gripped by fear. The shadows of homophobia and intolerance loomed large, adding layers of complexity to an already chilling narrative. The socio-cultural context of the killings, including tensions within the LGBTQ+ community and societal attitudes towards sexual orientation, offers insights into the possible motives behind the Rainbow Maniac's reign of terror. Number 6. Ibadan Forest Serial Killers. In the heart of Nigeria's Ibadan Forest of Horror, a nightmare unfolded in 2014 that defied all comprehension. A curious motorcyclist stumbled upon scenes straight out of a horror novel. Decrepit buildings, rotting corpses, severed skulls, and live captives chained in darkness. The forest's dark secrets and rumored connections to ritualistic practices painted a grim tableau of human cruelty and madness, leaving scars that may never heal. The cultural and religious implications of the atrocities, intertwined with the complexities of law enforcement in Nigeria, highlight the challenges of confronting such heinous acts within a global context of crime and justice. Number 5. The smiley face killers. Over 2 decades and spanning 11 states, a disturbing pattern emerged. The deaths of 45 college-aged males, initially dismissed as tragic accidents, hinted at a sinister truth. The smiley face murder theory, with its clues of date-rape drugs, victim profiles, and inconsistent conditions of the bodies, suggested a coordinated campaign of killings. Yet, despite suspicions and investigations, the elusive killer or killers remain at large, leaving behind a trail of grief and unanswered questions. The psychological profiling of the victims and the potential geographic connections between the crime scenes raise intriguing yet unsettling possibilities about the perpetrator's motivations and methods. Number 4. Pedro Lopez, Monster of the Andes. Pedro Lopez's reign of terror across South America stands as a chilling testament to unchecked evil. Born amidst trauma and abuse, Lopez's descent into darkness unleashed untold horrors, with claims of up to 300 victims staining the continent with blood and despair. Despite brief incarceration and the recovery of some victims' remains, Lopez's elusive nature and potential continued threat remain a haunting specter, casting shadows of fear and unease. The cultural and socio-economic factors that may have contributed to Lopez's actions, along with the challenges of international law enforcement cooperation, underscore the complexities of addressing transnational serial crimes. Number 3. The I-70 serial killer. The heartland of America was gripped by fear in 1992 as the I-70 killer embarked on a spree of violence that left communities reeling. Targeting young women working alone in specialty stores, this unidentified assailant struck with ruthless efficiency, leaving behind a trail of bloodshed and unanswered grief. Despite extensive media coverage and investigations, the killer's identity and motives remain shrouded in darkness, leaving a scar on the Midwest that refuses to fade. The enduring impact of the killings on local communities and law enforcement practices reflects the lasting legacy of unsolved crimes and the quest for closure. Number 2. The vending machine killer. From the bustling streets of Hiroshima, Japan, a bizarre and sinister tale unfolded in 1985, sending shockwaves through the nation. Poisoned drinks, distributed through vending machines, claimed lives and sowed chaos, leaving authorities baffled and communities on edge. The meticulous and elusive nature of the perpetrator, targeting unsuspecting consumers, added a layer of horror to an already chilling narrative, creating a legacy of caution and unease that lingers to this day. The technological and societal implications of such crimes, including public safety concerns and forensic challenges, highlight the evolving nature of criminal investigations in an interconnected world. Number 1. The maniac with dull eyes. Also known as the Danilovsky maniac, the maniac with dull eyes was a Russian serial killer responsible for at least 7 murders between 2004 and 2007. Over in Cherepovets, Vologda Oblast, Russia, various bodies were found around the city, dumped in construction sites and in abandoned buildings. All of his victims were women between the ages of 17 to 31, and they'd all been raped prior to their slaughter. Perhaps most creepily, however, is that with each scene, the killer left a calling card. Police found crude, pornographic drawings on the walls near where every body was found. After establishing that a serial killer was likely responsible for these 7 murders, police also linked the maniac with a series of murders dating back to 1999. He was also suspected in the murder of a young woman in 2010. His total assumed victim count is 17.